We finished the third part of the Kazekage mission when Sakura pretended to be ill, formed the poison and stood up, hitting the third Kazekage puppet, breaking it, so the iron sand was no more, and Sakura took the boulder off of Chiyo. So Chiyo asked her, how are you not affected by Sasori's poison? So Sakura told her that when she made the antidote for Kankoro, she made 3 antidotes. The first she gave to Kankoro and the second she injected herself before Sasori's attack, and that's why she wasn't affected by the poison. And the last one I left for you, but be careful cause the immunity is only for 3 minutes. Which means we must defeat Sasori in the next 3 minutes. Afterwards she gave the antidote to Chiyo and healed her Chiyo's arm before healing her own, but Chiyo didn't take the antidote and she stood up saying to Sakura, let's attack him. And Sasori took his Akatsuki uniform off and a puppet appeared under it, and Chiyo said that Sasori didn't grow up a single day since he left the village, and Sakura said that it's impossible, he just turned himself into a doll, and Sasori had 4 scrolls in his back for the elements of the technique, so he used the fire element scroll and bossed Sakura, and Chiyo dodged. At the same time Deidara threw bombs at Kakashi and Kakashi had no way out, so they blew up on him, and Deidara tried to catch Naruto but Kakashi appeared again, so Deidara was shocked and asked him how he's alive, so Kakashi told him that he made a shadow clone and it's what was blown up. So Kakashi said to Naruto that Deidara is a far-range fighter and Naruto is a close-range fighter, so winning would be impossible against Deidara for him, but Kakashi said he had a plan, back to Sasori shooting flames at Chiyo and Sakura, who were dodging his attack, and there was a minute and a half before the antidote effect fades away. So Chiyo jumped at him before being burnt to a crisp, but she used the substitution and attacked him with the Kazekage's doll's head, but he burned it and the fire element scroll was spent, so Sasori turned to using the water scroll and used water shot strong enough to break rocks, with Chiyo and Sakura running away until the water scroll dried out too. Then Sasori used a poisoned robe to hurt Sakura, but the antidote was still active, and had 10 more seconds left, so Sakura kept pulling the robe, until only 2 seconds remained, and used that chance to deliver one hell of a punch, breaking Sasori apart. Then she said to Chiyo that she won and defeated him, but Sasori put himself together and said to Sakura, who the hell did you beat? And Chiyo said that the fight just began, and Chiyo put her doll arm back again, then summoned 10 dolls out of her scroll, so Sasori retaliated with summoning 100 doll to the surprise of Chiyo and Sakura. Chiyo told Sakura to step back since the antidote effect is over, but Sakura refused and the doll fights begins. Chiyo dolls had the upper hand in this fight with Sakura's help, and Chiyo used 3 dolls to use a technique to destroy as many dolls as possible, but Sasori had too many dolls that one of them injured Chiyo badly. Sakura was running in mid of the dolls with the help of 2 of Kaio's dolls until she reached Sasori and threw at him a part of the armor of one of Chiyo's dolls, so Sasori froze in his place and his dolls fell, so Chiyo told him that this armor stops the chakra flow, so he can't use dolls anymore. But what Chiyo didn't notice that of Sasori's doll wasn't there, and that part is what holds his chakra and is what kept him alive so far. And Sasori actually put it on a different doll, and held a poisoned sword to stab Chiyo, but Sakura ran and used her body to shield Chiyo, and the poison was going through Sakura's body, so Chiyo gave her the antidote even though she was poisoned herself. And Sasori let go of the sword and stepped away to attack again, but Chiyo realized how he was alive and moved his father's doll and his mother's doll and stroked his heart with blades, so Sasori stopped and Sakura fell down with a severe injury, so Chiyo pulled the sword out and used a technique to heal Sakura which can even revive the dead at the cost of her life, and Chiyo said to Sasori that she kept this technique to revive him one day, and Sakura stood up but Chiyo didn't die, so Sasori asked why. And Chiyo answered, it is 'cause Sakura wasn't dead, she was just severely injured, so I didn't revive Sakura, I just healed her. So Sasori said, I'll reward you for beating with informations about Orochimaru. 10 days from now go to the heaven and earth bridge in the grass village. I gave a spy with Orochimaru, and we're supposed to meet there, and afterwards Sasori died. So Sasura said we win, but Chiyo said I was supposed to lose. Sasori saw my last attack, but chose do not dodge, I don't know why, and afterwards Chiyo and Sakura went out of the hideout towards the team, but Chiyo fell down, 'cause the poison was spread in her body. So Sakura told her that they should go back to the village immediately, to make the antidote, but Chiyo refused and said they must do something first, and the two went to meet Kakashi and Naruto. Still Team Guy were fighting their clones and were exhausted 'cause the fight was going too long and their clones were winning until Lee said we'd only win in one way, and that is by becoming stronger than when we started the fight, 'cause these dolls represent our power, so if we became stronger we'll win. And Lee improved his morale and speed and took down his clone, and Niji did the same using an air palm to take down his clone, and Tenten rained a hailstorm of weapons on her clone, beating it, and Guy also did as his student and kicked his clone dead cold. And after they were done, Guy told them to support Kakashi, who was still chasing Deidara with Naruto, and who managed to unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan. And his Mangekyo Sharingan had the ability to take anything into a pocket dimension, and Kakashi told Naruto to step so he can use the Mangekyo Sharingan on Deidara, who managed to save himself on the cost of one of his arms, and now he's armless since Gaara cut off his other arm, and Kakashi tried to pull him into the Sharingan again, but he couldn't 'cause of how exhausting it is to use it multiple times in a row. And then Deidara was surprised with Naruto attacking him with a Rengen and jumped off the bird to dodge, which was Naruto's goal, so he could cut its head off and take Gaara out. But when they pulled him out, Naruto knew that Gaara is dead, so he screamed and said, I'll avenge you, Gaara. So Deidara said, don't worry, I'll fight you eventually. So Naruto punched him to Kingdom Come, and pinned him with shadow clones before beating him and using a Rasengan, but Deidara used a clone to run away. So Naruto went mad at hit the clone with all his force, and the Kyuubi chakra started flowing out of him, and he manifested 2 tails out of 9. And Kakashi remembered when Jiraiya told him that sometimes that Kyuubi chakra flow out of Naruto and he must be stopped when only 1 tail is out, 'cause if more came out it'll be too difficult to stop him, and if you can't stop him, put this seal on his head. This eels drains chakra. So Kakashi took the seal out and tried to put it on Naruto, but Naruto was berserk and attacked Kakashi, who dodged before using the seal and calming Naruto down. And just a little afterwards, Sakura and Chiyo came back, and Deidara said, how did they beat Sasori? He's much stronger than them. And then Deidara tried to escape, before Team Guy cornered him, getting attacked by Tenten weapons, Lee, and Niji's air palm, but Deidara managed to run the headless bird, and ate some clay, blowing himself up, and everyone ran away before Kakashi used Kamui to absorb the explosion into a different dimension. Then Naruto brought Gaara to Sakura so she can heal him, but Gaara was already dead and Sakura couldn't do anything. So Naruto cried and started yelling at Chiyo, saying it's all their fault. The sand sealed Shikaku inside of Gaara, and Sakura went by Naruto and used one of her technique, which had Naruto asking what she's doing. And Sakura told him that Granny Chiyo is reviving Gaara, and Sakura said to herself that what she meant by that she had something to do was bringing Gaara back to life. And Chiyo started bringing Gaara back, but her chakra ran out, so Naruto told to use his chakra too, and Chiyo told Naruto to put his hands on hers and said to Sakura, you're strong and noble, and will surpass Tsunade, and said to Naruto that she's happy a ninja like him exists and wants him to become the greatest Hokage in the future. and always stay with Gaara and save him. And when Gaara looked he saw many ninjas. So Naruto said everyone here came to save you, and everyone celebrated. That Gaara came back to life and Kankoro thanked Naruto, but Naruto said don't thank me, thank Grandma Chio, when she wakes up. But Kankoro told him that she won't wake up. Granny Chio died. She used a life-transferring ninjutsu, which allows you to revive someone, at the cost of your own life. Granny Chio sacrificed herself so Gaara could life, and Sakura cried, and Temari said to Naruto, you're weird. You have a strong ability to affect people, and Granny Chio didn't care about the village at all. But after seeing you, she sacrificed her life to save Gaara, and with the help of Naruto went to Chio and said to everyone, we must pray for Granny Chio, and a little later everyone left, and Deidara came out of the ground, and said I don't know how they stopped my bomb, and at the same time, Zetsu went to the cave, and found Sasori dead. He had someone with him wearing a mask named Toby, and Toby said Sasori died. So we have a place in our ranks. I want to join your organization. And at the morning Baki was at the gate, waiting her, and said their farewells to her. Afterwards, Konoha's ninja said their goodbyes to Gaara, and Kankoro, and Temari, and Gaara raised his hand, and shaked Naruto's thanking him. At the same time in Konoha, someone was talking to a ninja, and said I put you in Team Kakashi, 'cause you are the same age as Naruto, plus, you are stronger than all the ninja your age, and until your mission is done, with Team Kakashi your name will be said. With this we finished the Kazekage rescue mission. If you liked what you saw, be sure to show it. After all, nothing better than a goof like, and a big smile to make your day and mine better. Enjoy your day, ladies and gentlemen of all ages.